high up on the Tibetan plateau, surrounding the sacred summit of Mount Kailash. The ridges and valleys are giving birth to the headwaters of South Asia's great rivers, alongside tributaries that feed the Brahmaputra and Ganges. The meltwaters from glaciated gullies give life to the Indus River, which will then go on a journey through the world's tallest mountains, arid plains and lush wetlands, supporting the livelihood of hundreds of millions of people along the way. Rushing down from the northern edge of the Himalayas, at over 5,500 meters in elevation, headwaters of the Indus River have carved a path along the collision belt of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. Flowing northwest, the Indus River steadily grows as glaciers from giants like K2 and Nanga Parbat drain into its valley. Winding through the disputed Kashmir region, the Indus River eventually hits the Karakoram Range and the Hindu Kush Mountains, forcing the river's path towards the Indian Ocean. As the rocky outcrops of Tibet give way to the Puthora Plateau and the river's elevation drops to a mere 200 meters above sea level, the 2.7 kilometer long Tarbela Dam suddenly stands in its way. It holds back the river in an enormous 50 kilometer long reservoir, creating hydroelectric power and smoothing out the annual fluctuation in discharge of the river. Below the spillways, the course of the Indus River reaches its second phase, entering Punjab, the bread bowl of Pakistan. A compound word of the Persian Panj and Up, meaning the land of five waters. It describes the largest tributaries of the Indus drainage basin that feed the main river. Here, the Sutlej, whose drainage basin is separated only by a single ridge in the Tibetan plateau, finally unites with the Indus. Between these five tributaries, the single largest interconnected irrigation network of the planet has fueled an immense irrigated landscape. Despite sitting on the western fringe of the South Asian monsoon corridor, and therefore only receiving marginal rainfall, dozens of major dams, hundreds of canals, and thousands of distributaries are fueling agriculture in an otherwise semi-arid landscape. Today, about 270 million people have built their livelihood around this irrigation system, which has not just transformed the central Pakistani plain, but also the river's delta. After passing the Thar Desert, the sediments of the Indus River have built a 240 kilometer wide alluvial fan. Back in the 19th century, mangrove forests once buffered this coastal zone from tidal swells and storm surges, and even grew through steady sediment deposits. Since then, however, upstream water management has reduced the freshwater and sediment reaching the sea, and mangroves shrank from about 400,000 to only 50,000 hectares over the 20th century. Since the 1990s, restoration efforts have recovered some areas, but with less freshwater and silt arriving, the delta faces erosion and saltwater intrusion and remains a vulnerable habitat to this day. If you want to learn more about the greatest rivers of our planet, I have a full playlist here, or watch our YouTube things is best for you here. See you in the next one. Cheers.